and welcome to the Art of Encouragement. I'm Nick Patterson. Joining me today, of course, is co-host and co-author Mark Guy. He is signing on right now, but just so glad to join you today. I've not been feeling too well the last few days. This is my fourth time being down with you know what. And it just is what it is. It's not as bad as it was the first time, and I'm not going to let it get me down. I may be a bit sore and that sort of thing, but I am still encouraged. And I appreciate everyone that's reached out to me as well. That's one of the ways we can encourage people, when they're not feeling well, when they are just kind of off, their normal schedule for whatever reason. That's something that we can do is just let people know, hey, I'm thinking of you, not give any demands or anything like that, but just let people know, hey, I care about you. And so many people have done that with me, and it has encouraged me so much. And I know that my friend Mark also has not felt well this week. So, I'm just excited to see him here in a few moments and would, love to hear how he's feeling today and that sort of thing. How are you, Mark? Can you hear me? I see you.
Yes. Hello, Nick. Hello, my friend.
Hi, how are you feeling, buddy?
It's been up and down, but I am grateful for all the blessings. And yeah, I learned a lot this week about, you know, we're not getting any younger, my friend.
We aren't. We aren't, but we can be encouraged, as it were, because that just means we have more experience to share with other people.
Yes, my friend, you're such a positive thinker. I love that. I really do. So how are you feeling? How are you feeling today?
I'm okay. Definitely not 100%, but I am just every day that we have is a blessing. Some people think that, maybe, you know, I'm not like that all the time, but I really am. Even when I'm sick, I realize that every moment we have is a blessing. We have our chance to make our mark in the world, and whether we're feeling well or not,
Mhm,
it's up to us to choose
mhm.
how we respond. And this, I was sharing with my pastor yesterday. And I would love to share it with you if you'd like to hear it, but
Mhm.
there's a Franciscan benediction. And throughout the trials we face and that sort of thing, this particular blessing
Mm.
is, I believe, it's just wonderful. Would you like to hear it today?
Yes, please.
Okay. It's, may God bless you with discomfort at easy answers, half truths, and superficial relationships, so that you may live deep within your heart. May God bless you with anger at injustice, oppression, and exploitation of people, so that you may work for justice, freedom, and peace. May God bless you with tears to shed for those who suffer pain, rejection, hunger, and war, so that you may reach out your hand to comfort them and to turn their pain into joy. And may God bless you with enough foolishness to believe that you can make a difference in the world, so that you can do what others claim cannot be done, to bring justice and kindness to all our children and the poor. Amen.
Amen. I don't know if I should cry or I should laugh at this. This is so good.
Isn't it? I mean, but that's just it. It challenges us to find blessing regardless of circumstance.
I know. I know. And also just I think it's one the Roosevelt said that, I don't know which one, he said, do what you can with what you have right where you are. And it's so true. And yes, this week both of us somehow traveled through our own health challenges. You have and I have. And then I realized, well, I'm not getting any younger. I better start watching my my health a lot more. And I always have been, but I think it's as we get older, not to take our health and our well-being for granted.
Would
You
you
know,
talk
like,
about that for a few moments, Mark? Maybe 3 or 4 minutes, and why it's important to watch that? Because everyone talks about it, but how
mm,
can we encourage ourselves and others to not just hear about it, but to really be proactive with it?
absolutely. Well, one of the things would be helpful is to say it out loud. You can say, I am a healthy person. I am a person making the best decisions with my food intake, with my energy expenditure, with my rest, with people that I have around me. And I am healthy. I am in control of what I consume and how I structure my day. What I learned today, I have had an interview with a therapist, licensed therapist, this Wednesday, and she said, and I knew about this, and she said, stop the negative thinking in your head if that's running through your mind, and just vocalize what you're doing, how you're going, and where you're going. And one of the responses she's getting is, well, are you talking to yourself? And she looks back at them and said, well, you'd be foolish not to talk to yourself. I mean, you're the person you spend the most time with. So what is the quality of your self-talk, and how you implementing? And if you are serious about making changes in your life, you have to tell people in your life who are closest to you, okay, this is the change I'm making. Yes, this treat, this cake, this donut looks delicious, but I made a choice. I made a choice. I will stick with it. And I need your help to help me. Yes, sometimes I want you to remind me in these words. So you give me the feedback. So you keep me accountable. So enroll the people in your life to stay with you on your health journey. Get more water, read more about different exercises, different health and exercise routines, and talk about it and implement it. Actually live that lifestyle. I believe that we don't, there was a saying I heard, you don't rise to the level of your inspiration, you fall down to the level of your systems. So what are the systems you have around you? Implement it. So when you don't feel like it, you can keep going. And Nick, I wanted to say this, earlier this week. Even the encouragers need the encouragement. So this is so right on target, right on the money. Even the people who are in the business of encouraging, we need encouragement.
That's it. But thank you for that, because I think those I am statements are so powerful, and for us to say, I am healthy, I am aware,
Mhm,
I am conscious,
mhm.
I am an encourager. Whoa, to adopt it, I am going to make a difference in the world today. I am, I am. Those are such powerful declarative statements. So thank
Mhm.
you for bringing our attention to that today. Those little mantras, even
Yeah.
throughout the day, for us to repeat, they can keep us encouraged, even if those around us aren't encouraging us and we're encouraging others. Those little statements are powerful. They are powerful. So thank you for reminding us of that today, my friend.
Mhm.
And as far as the book goes and our upcoming conference slash boot camp here, the very first week in November, I'm so excited about that. I got a lot of interest with that this week. I'm thinking that we probably only have about 5 slots left now.
Mhm.
So we want to make sure that if you're interested in a boot camp to help you, that will it's going to be amazing. It's going to allow you to walk away with a book. It's going to allow you to walk away with your outline, and you just being there with a keynote presentation with a video, with headshots, with all of the things you need to take it to the next level, and just a branding approach tailored just for you. These are things that you're not going to find at other seminars, especially not at the quality that we're going to be offering them. This is our first one that we've done together, but we've done lots of events in the past, and we're excited to partner for this because we want you to walk away with equity, with value, with something that is going to give you, that ticket to the next level. And you've been dreaming about it, so why put it off? Why watch all the other people do it when you want to do it? So go ahead.
Yeah. And I think you're so on target here, Nick. What a lot of people need and require and crave and looking for is guidance. Somebody who is an expert, somebody who has done it, somebody who has qualified experience and can look at your strength, can look at your background, and can look at your stories and say, focus on this, develop this, amplify this, and just keep going. Versus you looking at your entire inventory of your experiences, your assets, and you don't know which is the most effective. We can look at what you have and based on your personality, recommend the best strategy for you. So focus on this signature talk, focus on this TEDx idea, focus on this book idea, which is part of your larger marketing brand, marketing promotion. So it's not one and done, but it's very, very individualized to you. And I think that is the value. It's somebody who can look, evaluate, and then build with you. It's done with you, the assets that you need. So you're not alone. And what is that worth to you? And how your life will change once you have that and you can use it with confidence.
That's it. And, that's what's key here. I believe you hit the nail on the head when, you described it as us partnering with the person. And because we want to be part of their story, we want to be part of their journey. But what so many other folks do is they focus on your weaknesses and bringing those weaknesses up to here. Instead of focusing on weaknesses, Mark and I are focusing on your strengths. What do you already do really well? Because there's going to be a communication style that you're in there. You're already there. So we're going to take that communication style and we're going to help you make that the most effective for a variety of audiences. What if you're speaking to a small group? What if you're on television? What are the different ways you're going to prepare for more of the soundbite clips as opposed to a full keynote address? There's different approaches. There's different things you need to do dress-wise. There, and all of those little bitty nuanced things are what are going to set you apart from being professional and being the new kid on the block. Go in there owning it, being professional so that they will invite you back. You don't want just a one-time invitation to these places. You want to be a trusted, seasoned professional that they know they can go to at any moment to get the information they need, whether that's a podcast, whether that's a TV interview, or whether that's a stage where you're giving a keynote address. So
this week I read a story about the governor from California, the Arnold, right? I'll be back. And it was a story about his early goings in Hollywood and how he was trying to be an actor, almost got no parts and very difficult to break in. And he was frustrated and just kind of lost. And then he met an agent, somebody who was seasoned and expert, and said, Arnold, you are trying to be an actor when you are a movie star. So you can be the same type of character, just in different movies, in different directors, different settings, different stories. So it takes someone who's experienced, who can look at your assets and already work with what you have, just give you the right direction so you're not distracted and you're hitting the target. That's what it's about.
I believe that you're exactly right. Let's focus on our strengths. And today, our fellow encouragers, what are your strengths? What are your strengths? One of the things we've been doing at the Storm Foundation Home is we've been talking about what we're thankful for. And one of our guys was talking about gratitude journals and just, keeping these journals of gratitude. So, encouragers, that way, even if you are feeling alone, you can go back and you can remember the journey of thankfulness that you've been on. If you started out here, and yeah, my fingers are intentionally below the camera right now. You see they're almost there, and then you moved slowly up, and then you went up again, and maybe you went down, but then you went up. It's a way for you to track your progress of thankfulness, because sometimes we're not aware of how many blessings are all around us. And I posted a status on my church's Facebook page yesterday, and this, if you're having a hard time with people, this is something that may encourage you, because regardless of your religion or your political status, it says you will never look into the eyes of someone that God doesn't love. Think about that. You're never going to meet someone that is not worthy of love.
Wow,
Yeah.
you just hit me right in the heart, right in the heart.
And when I read that, I said, reread that, you are never going to look into the eyes of someone that God doesn't love. And that's the absolute truth. So you're also never going to look into the eyes of anyone that is not worthy of your love or your encouragement or your time or your resources or the understanding that we're all on life's journey together and we need to help each other along the way. Sometimes that's with a attaboy, and sometimes that's through, like you're saying, drink water. I've been being more health conscious as well, and a lot of that is through that mutual encouragement that you and I have together, and I appreciate that. And so there's almost like a collective encouragement, and then there's that personalized encouragement we do for those that are walking closely in our journey with us. And we need to encourage everybody.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. And just to go back to what you said a few minutes earlier, you know, people are feeling alone. People are feeling alone, isolated from each other, isolated from themselves. And what a terrible, terrible feeling that is, Um, I'm not pediatrician or child psychologist, but children, right? They need contact, like when they first born, right, to their mom and to their loved ones. If they don't, then it could cause some difficulties later on with adjustment, right, with social skills and everything. So
right.
it's starting when we're just little babies, and then we grow older, and we just push down this feeling like, oh, I don't need anyone. Oh, I'm gonna survive by myself. Oh, I get ego, the trauma, the resentment, and this snowball. It's no snowballs. It snowballs into ineffectiveness.
Right. And the diagnosed condition there, Mark, is called reactive attachment disorder. I don't know if you
Mm.
know that, but that is when we have that experience where we don't have those close bonds as a child with a caregiver like a mom or a dad. And then later on, we're not able to associate because we don't trust people and we keep people back. And that's why it's called reactive attachment disorder, because when someone starts getting too close, that's when people they put up big barriers. They'll cause a situation or a scene that says, hey, I'm not worthy of your love, don't come close to me, you won't like me. And that's just because of that internalized struggle that they've been dealing with usually since an infant, or before the age of 2. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is
reactive attachment disorder is real, and I've encountered a lot of people that deal with it, Mark, and my heart breaks for them. It looks like we're losing Mark.
talking about. This is a. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't usually share this, but I was married before many years ago. It didn't work out, and I was like, and it was in New York City, in New York State, and then I was telling my mom, I was like, oh, that's it. I'm not gonna ever work or talk to those New Yorkers. They all, and I have this, like this bad taste in my mouth, and it's just a bad attitude. And she said, Mark, this is going to be so difficult for you. This is going to be, you have to let this go. And as soon as she said that, I said, wow, she's right. Release it, release it, release it. And the universe and its infinite wisdom, the creator, sent me people from New York, and we're best of friends, and because I was able to release it. So it's we tell ourselves this these stories that no longer true. Have you ever seen the movie Moneyball, Nikos?
I've not.
It's with Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill as he travels around and he picks up all those baseball players that have some kind of unfavorable qualities, but they have quality stats, and they building like this dream team. And then all the other leagues were looking at them. They were using data and science. And this gentleman who actually invented that, he now, I think he worked for Cleveland Browns, right? He wrote a book, and he's a very, very intelligent individual, researcher, a business type strategist. And he's always, and when he creates strategy for businesses and teams, he says, well, if you had to start over, would you do things the same way? Would you do them, or would you do them differently? So if you had to start from zero, what would you do differently now? And the reason, and that's like this, like when you move to a new town, or you decide to change your life, like, enroll in a boot camp, or, work with us, what would you do differently now?
Yeah, exactly. And so that's what people need to be asking. What would those differences be? What if you could go back to the beginning, what would be changed? And I absolutely love that we can challenge people there. And here's the thing, I'm just going to say, I don't know, I don't want to be mean, but I also would like to be kind of assertive here and a little blunt. As someone that has performed in the past as a musician and now also as a speaker, I see people at different stages of their development. And we see some people that they maybe make a lot of progress from years 1 through maybe 3. They go from here to here, but then they never go any higher. Even though they've been part of an organization maybe 20 years, they are having, they're not really developing those skills to take them to the next level any longer. It's almost like they feel like they arrived, but we always know we can learn more. You and I, even as people that teach, we're learning all the time.
Every day,
every single day. And I believe that it's important for us to remember and to realize that we can always go further, and we don't arrive. And if you feel like, I'm always getting the same results, the same comments, the same feedback, maybe it's time to do something different. Would I be wrong for suggesting that? Would I be wrong? It's maybe a little a wake-up call. Ours is not going to be a basics, although we'll cover basics, we're going to be going into it. And so people need to be prepared. Your mind's going to be going fast. We're going to be doing a whole lot during the boot camp. And you're going to learn how to think differently, to process differently, so that when you get into these situations, you're able to be effective. You're not going to shut down and say, oh, I can't do. No, you're going to push through and you're going to do it well with confidence. And if anything else, that's what we're going to do. We're going to encourage you to find your strength and then to execute with confidence. And that's what everyone needs.
Absolutely. Work in your power, in your area of genius, focus
Yes.
on that, frame it, position it, market it, and just push it. And for the next 3 to 5 years, maybe longer. And then, we'll have another boot camp just for you when you are completely excelled, and we go further.
That's
But
it.
you have,
That's it.
it's, you have plenty to do. There's this company, ClickFunnels. Their motto is one funnel away, right? You're one funnel away from whatever results you want. I believe
Right.
it's just one coach away, one guide away. That special person or people, that special individual that will say, listen, this is what you have. Use this, follow this, try this, implement this, and it will work. You bring your own character, your experience, your assets, your stories, you combine it with what we have. One coach, boom, it's magic. It's I believe it's just one coach can set you up, like for the next 10 years.
That's it. To be your authentic self, not taking anything away from you, but exploring. Imagine this. When's the last time you explored your strength? Imagine that, exploring your strength and taking your strength apart completely and just making it bigger, making it better so that you can execute from your platform of strength. And that's what we want to do. We want to help you with that. And we also want to keep you encouraged each and every Friday morning, right here, 9 a.m., with the art of, say it, Mark.
Encouragement.
Yes, encouragement. So we encourage you today to have an amazing week. There's never going to be another weekend of September 15th through the 17th. So I don't know what you have planned, but I hope it's something amazing. And we look forward to seeing you again next week, right here, same place, same time. Any closing words today, Mark?
I love you all, and be well.
That's it. You heard it. We love you. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.